Oh, alright. Hey now. 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 Alright. Hello. It is I, Connor Hannum, live. Not only live, but on time. On time. When am I ever late?
You're kissing.
I should have muted that. When am I ever late? Right, Connor, everyone's here now and it's 32 seconds in? I can't help that. You have to write a formal complaint to YouTube. They are my employer. And that is how it works. You guys have been killing in the chat before I went live, so thank you. I did want to address a few things today, and one of the first things I wanted to address was a lovely comment in the chat from Doug, who says, "Hey Connor, I don't know how you do these streams, mate. I was asked to be a panelist on a UK stream to review tomorrow's episode. I totally chickened out. Anxiety sucks." And then a few people commented about anxiety. Now, here's what I have to say about that. Anxiety is a real thing. I suffer from it terribly. I am on medication for anxiety and depression, and I go to therapy. In fact, I was there on Monday or Tuesday. No, Wednesday. It's been a long week. I guess I totally understand where you're coming from. I get nervous too, coming down and do these things. But what I will say is, for example, tomorrow night I'm going to a wedding, and sitting down, somehow, as scary as this is and can be, sitting down and talking about Doctor Who on a live stream to a bunch of strangers, to me is somehow more easier than interacting with the general public. I know it's very hard. My anxiety gets in the way of my desires and dreams. And I guess I would just say to, as much as you can, I know it's incredibly difficult, maybe just try to push yourself a little bit. And I'm guilty of sin for this. I'm a hermit. I hate leaving the house, particularly on the weekend. If I ever go to the shops, it's my AirPods are in and my head is down. Okay? I know we're not all strangers, Sarah, you know what I mean. Come on, folks. How you doing? I'm just going to catch up on the chat before we continue. Robert says, anxiety is a bitch. My friend wanted me to go with her to a meeting of illustrators in our town. I dropped out because I have anxiety and meeting new people. Yep. Dude, I totally get it. Like, I think it's with my alcoholic beverage. I totally get it. It's not easy, folks. Anything else I should talk about before people tell me I'm 2 minutes late? Oh, looking sharp. You look alive today. New haircut. I see new haircut. Yeah, I just got a haircut just then. I got a ton off, actually, more than I normally do, because I started to look a bit like a shaggy mess. A bit of a shaggy mess. Yeah, I'm single, and I thought maybe it could help me in that department. I don't know, folks. All right, before we get started, I do want to give a huge shout out to the Real Ball 3497, who made a orchestral version of our podcast theme, which I'm going to play for you all now, which I think is so great. I've listened to it about 10 gazillion times. I love it. It's amazing. And here it is. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Oh, he's in the chat. Oh, fuck. Okay, shit. This is amazing. And this is the outro. Bro, this sent me. I was like... This is gonna play at my funeral. Oh my god. Incredible. Oh, this bit when it gets a little bit quiet. And then it goes. Yeah. Oh. I mean, I'm absolutely, utterly speechless because that, my friend, is so amazing. And he's in the chat, Mr. Ball himself. Oh my god, yeah, people are saying they saw it on Twitter. This is so Bridgerton. It is. Aiden gave up on it and someone did it for you. I know, you and Aiden need to waltz to it. It is very Bridgerton. It's incredible. I really want to. I'm trying to show everybody because I just think it's like so sick. I'm just so. Oh, I love it. You get cool perks out of doing YouTube, and one of them is having amazing, talented fans doing stuff like that. Speaking of fans, though, I thought I'd do a quick. I thought I'd reply to a comment that was left on YouTube. And by the way, this is no hate to this person. They even say in the very long comment that it wasn't to cause a spiel or to cause anything. But I thought it'd be funny just to read it and I guess respond to it. So I'm not sure if you guys saw, but someone replied in the comments to the previous upload, which was the Legend of Ruby Sunday preview pod. It came out Tuesday night in Australia, and you know, I made a comment about Billie Eilish, who by the way is a gazillion times more famous than me and talented. So I said that she was a Nepo baby, which to be fair I had heard. Apparently I'm wrong on all accounts. But I thought I'd just read this huge comment. It's literally a massive comment. But I thought, you know, maybe I should correct the record a little bit. Again, this is not hateful. That's not what we do around here. They literally end it by saying they really love the show and all that. But I just don't know how this person knows so much about Billie Eilish, but I thought I'd respond to it. So they say, what intel are you guys getting? Billie Eilish's parents were nobodies. Saying she's a Nepo baby because of her parents is like saying every American baseball player is a Nepo baby because their dad played on the high school teams and wished to go themselves. Her parents were two starving artists. They like did odd jobs and taught kids how to act and host face painting at birthday parties and shit. Who does that connect you with? Useless if you're simply mean because they lived, unless if you simply mean because they lived in LA. NTM, what people need to understand about nepotism is in Hollywood is that when you work in the industry as like a manager or exec, okay, you know what? I might not read all this because it's quite long. Anyway, it goes on for a while. Oh, this part was quite funny. They said, God, this is so, okay, again, this is not hate. This is just, first of all, I don't know how they know all this stuff. They must be a fan. They were so clearly not far from being street performers when you put dollars in a hat for them to notice they're done. I apologize for getting that wrong. Okay, this is the part that was funny, and I guess I should correct the record on this, to be fair. They said, and no hate because my brother works for my dad too, but just because you choose a job that you can't get fired from and a boss who you can talk to like he's, well, your dad doesn't mean you're not a Nepo baby, lol. How would that work, lol? Okay, to correct the record a little bit, it says here, you choose a job that you can't get fired from. That is just not true, by the way. I would like to correct the record on that a little bit because I have had quite a few times where I've nearly been fired. Maybe it was deserved, who's to say? But I think a common misconception is that like I don't know, I have it a bit easy because I work with my dad. If anything, I think it's harder. But regardless, the fact that you have options is mostly what makes you one, because who wouldn't pick the easier option? It's a huge message. Again, they end it by saying, and I've just kind of scanned through it. They end it by saying, just to be clear, I'm only making a point. I don't mean anything against you, and I think you're a very smart and capable person. I love the podcast. I'm just yapping. I don't want to offend you. Not at all my intention. Yeah, please don't apply any hate. That's not at all what I'm trying to do. I will block people who, if they did do that, I would do that. I'm just saying, like, I guess I am allowed to respond to it. I guess the only thing is kind of funny is like, yeah, the whole idea that I can't get fired, which is just, you know, not true, because that's just not how the world works. But oh well. Aiden brought up on the podcast. That wasn't planned. It was kind of funny, I guess. Plus, like, I'm just some asshole on YouTube. Like, please don't take what I say seriously. Please. I guess, like, my information can vary from being extremely true to just something I heard someone say. And I'm sorry that I offended the Billie Eilish fans out there. I'm personally not a huge fan of her music, but I can see that she's very talented. And I didn't mean to rock the boat with said viewers. And I'm very sorry to all the Eilishes out there. Is that what you call them? Doug says, people can be very serious. As I mentioned, I wasn't crazy about Rogan. Your comments, somebody told me to go build birdhouses. Well, that means, did they? Build birdhouses? I think they mean you can't get fired from your own YouTube channel. Oh. Well, I guess that's true, but also, like, I mean, YouTube can block you. Can't they? Yeah, they can. I mean, they can, you get 3 strikes and you're out. Anyway, I mean no disrespect. I generally don't mean any disrespect. Sometimes you can just like make a joke on the show and you think that it's like nothing, and then someone gets upset by it. It's fine. Clearly I'm very butthurt about it. No, I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny because it was just such a huge comment. I was just like, yo, what the hell? Went from like, it's just kind of weird going from the days when like no one would watch the show to now people comment that, you know. Says season final would be a brand new villain, not Trickster, Omega, or Sutek. Sutek the Destroyer! Maybe. Robert said, yeah, once I said that 73 Yards was not my favourite episode this season, I didn't like the ending, and some dickhead started pointing this out and tweeted Trump gifts at me twice. Human rights. That was me who did that. Oh, Doug, no. Doug's like, Robert, that sucks, mate. That was me. Yeah. I'm very protective about 73 Yards. Sarah Glover says, apparently they're called avocados. Aiden could fire you from the channel. I suppose he could, but, you know, I could fire him too. No, I'd be nothing about Aiden. It's a partnership. He does a lot around here. A lot of stuff behind the scenes as well. So, 73 Yards, I am very protective over. I think I haven't. Oh, Aiden, there you go. I haven't re-listed all my favorite episodes in a while, but I generally think that it could be maybe in my top 5 of all time. I absolutely love it. I just love it, folks. I'm sorry. Billie Eilish fans are called avocados. I feel like we should have. What's our name? Is it the 50%ies? I know it's kind of lame. The 50s? The 50-50s? I don't know. Avocados kind of suck. That's what I don't like avocados. Robert says same as Boom. The 50s. I like that, but I kind of sound like a bit of a fiddler. Same with Boom. Loved it, but hated the ending with the power of love, a force from above. In my soul, an open desire, love with tons of fire. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Anyone know that? I know, they're all just Billie Eilish fans. Robbie Russo. What a fucking name. God. Wish I was called Robbie Russo. Robbie Russo? Damn. I bet you have no trouble with the ladies, Robbie. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, let's just celebrate Doctor Who is still on the air, making fresh new content. I believe the Rani will return and Ruby Sunday is River Song's daughter. Holy Simoleon. Let's just celebrate Doctor Who is still on the air, making fresh new content. I agree. I believe that Rani will return in Ruby Sunday as River Song's daughter. Wow. River Song's daughter? It might be something crazy like that. Probably. Nifty 50s. I like that. The Nifty 50s. Pull my fucking laptop closer to me. I think Billy said avocados is cringe lol, so they just went back to Billie Eilish stands. Yeah, like Swifties has like a good Doc Tifties. Yeah, Swifties has a good at least it has a good like it rolls off the tongue well. Adam says 50% Hoovy and 100% awesome. Well, thank you very much. Mr. Sky says, how are you doing? I'm okay. I definitely was a bit ill. Sorry about last week. I for some reason woke up today with a bit of a sore throat and just head cold. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Have you seen We'll Take Manhattan with Karen Gillan and Nura Borland? No, I haven't. I have not. Troy is seeing Taylor Swift. I know he is. Of course. I know he is. That's coming up, isn't it? She's in the UK right now, I think. Not that I know. What? Talking about season 5, I believe it might be someone completely new. Thought the existence of Tales of Tars is a strong clue that it might be a returning villain. Yeah, didn't that clip... And by the way, I know I saw someone comment that I said something in the preview that I probably shouldn't have said. My bad. Again, I sometimes feel like I just say shit and don't think. I think that I'm only going to talk about stuff that we know and just speculate. But they did release that clip, and I think it sort of did confirm that the shot we saw from the trailer that people thought was Sutek is not her. That's referring to Susan Twist. I don't know. It must be TARDIS technology or something, because it's Triad is like an anagram, whatever the fuck it's called, for TARDIS. And the TARDIS has been grown in. And Russell shared a clip of all the TARDIS grown in pics. That sounds quite sexual, actually. And that's obviously going to tie into it. Nifty 50s has rocked in. Okay, the Nifty 50s. Thank you, Doug, for giving us that name. The Nifty 50, the Nifty 50s. The Nifty 50s. 50s? Whatever. I think every single female character has been suggested to be Ruby's mum by now. Yeah, you're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong. How do you think Tales of Tars will tie into the final? Well, I think that everyone did think it was Sutek, but I guess not. I mean, it could just be like a perception filter thing for the trailers. I don't know. What am I saying? It could be like a misdirect. Sarah says, I think like season 2 final, the orb opens Daleks, come out and the Doctor tells Ruby about the Daleks, and then in 30 seconds explanation at the beginning of the next episode. Not saying it is Daleks. I think we're pretty clear of Daleks for a while. Sorry. My mouth starts to get a bit dry. I need to rehydrate myself with booze. 11 does call his TARDIS sexy. Yep, that's true. I noticed also there's not been any spoiler-free reviews. I know someone released a spoiler-free review and it got taken down, and I did sort of read it because I got a sticky beak and I can't help myself. Again, I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, I think that it's interesting that there's been no... I think they're worried about it leaking. So I hope it's something good. I saw even like Pete McTee, or Pete McTie, however you say it. He Pete McTeased, you might say, the episode and said, I seriously suggest watching it live, which is what Russell's been saying. So I goddamn hope tomorrow when I sit my ass down in Aiden's theatre room at 8 a.m., no, 7 a.m., that it's just worth this hype. I was texting Aiden today about it, and I'm like, look, I'm intrigued. I wouldn't say I'm excited, I'd say I'm intrigued. Because I don't want to get my hopes up and it be something that is just not A, interesting, or B, that surprising. I don't know. Again, I'm being harsh. But, you know, I'm a harsh guy. Look at the way I treated Billie Eilish. Jeremy says, wonder if the groaning is to do with the fact that it's a copy TARDIS made with a toy maker's power and it's not legit. Ooh, baby. I reckon Susan Triad might be, again, this is all speculation. I feel like I have to keep saying that. This is all speculation. This isn't something I've heard or read. I think it must be something to do with like TARDIS technology, and maybe everyone can you can just like millionaires can maybe buy a TARDIS. I know Russell hates like rich people, so, and good on him. So do I. I think that maybe it could be like a rich person, like a billionaire, like some twat like Elon Musk could buy like a TARDIS or something, which would just wreak havoc. But I guess that's a kind of cool storyline. Daleks, sorry. Adam says, don't want Daleks in this season, wouldn't mind it for next. I think Shooty said that he hasn't shot with the Daleks yet. Again, he could be lying, but you never know. Robert says, I'm really considering staying up late tonight. Yeah, do it. Or at least like wake up in the morning and just don't touch your phone and go straight to Disney Plus. Jeremy says, hope it's not a while beyond a kind of hype again, lol. Jesus, I'll never forget watching that live and just seeing David Tennant's jaw drop and not seeing Matt Smith and being so confused. But also loving that episode. Robert says, I assume if there are big reveals, then there will be tonight. I hope so. I feel like Russell hasn't had that big reveal yet. Even Chibnall, granted in his second season, but even Chibnall had that huge reveal with Jack. That's probably the last time in a long time I've ever been like truly like shocked. I want to see Martha rock up. I want to see Matt Smith. Nah, being realistic, I need a table here, so I have to keep going down. I need a table, and I think that Martha would be a great surprise. Whoa! You guys are killing it with the chats. I reckon Richard E. Grant will feature as an alternative Doctor, and they will connect to the third Doctor's Inferno story. That'd be sick. Imagine if Benny was the villain, my boy Benny. I think about watching Shalka tonight because the episode is now canon. Yeah, that was insane. Sarah says, sorry, my internet drops out, so I've gone for 5 minutes. Do you think that RTD is lying about no returning villains this series? Maybe not. Well, I suppose Sutek would be a returning villain, wouldn't he? And that's what everyone keeps saying. Sutek. I feel like if it is Sutek, I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it's not going to be that, like, it's not going to blow me away because I feel like everyone's already guessed it, I suppose. Jogproof says, I'm 90% sure that RTD has said that 15's in the original TARDIS in the Giggle commentary. Yeah, I think he is in the original TARDIS because it got the jukebox? Yeah. Jeremy said, I wonder if it'll be like the name of the Doctor and Susan Twister's in the present day is going to the time platform that's on social media and gets split all across the universe. That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be a way for her to show that she's been all the way through time by, sort of doing it herself. Adam said, love seeing all the Doctor's faces in Rogue. Yeah, it was really cool. Sarah says, we didn't see the end of the War Doctors regenerate. Susan said he didn't buy Generate. Archie said that there was something in season 1 confirming that Shooty had the original. Jeremy said, oh, weird, that isn't how it seemed in the episode. Seems like David looked at the new TARDIS and went back to his one and left a copy of TARDIS. That whole scene is like kind of weirdly paced. Bull says, I would be more surprised if it's not Sutek at this point. Yeah, I kind of don't want it to be Sutek. I feel like everyone's guessed that already. And I don't even know how it leaked or people guessed it. It's cleverer people than me. And as like someone who, it's got to be Sutek. Let's be honest, because like, why else would they do a Tales of the TARDIS? Although I read the synopsis for Tales of the TARDIS, it's just the Doctor and Ruby recapping Series 1's adventures and villains and stuff. I don't know, folks. It's the original TARDIS, but from the same point in the future. It's not been confirmed on screen that Shooty is the new one, but RTD said it is in the commentary. There's something in the series. Adam Wilmus says, Brendan is still trying to get me to appear on Sensesphere. Why did you say no, or did you? Who's that? I have no idea who that is. Oh, sorry. They tagged Adam. Sorry, I thought it was one of me. Sarah says, say says the guy who couldn't remember his name 3 weeks ago. Who, me? I couldn't remember my name? Damn, you guys don't forget anything, do you? I couldn't remember my name 3 weeks ago? Are you sure? That doesn't sound like me. Checking out my haircut in the reflection. It's definitely a lot shorter than I normally get it. But I was like, fuck it, why not? I think the synopsis of Tales of the TARDIS is vague, to not spoil anything, but it's 75 minutes long, so I assume it might be a clip showing from classic serial to keep the faster face with shooty filming and stuff. Oh, I forgot Sutek's name a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, well, I haven't seen the episode. What do you guys expect from me? I haven't seen the goddamn episode. I mean, I will in next week if they release the Tales of the TARDIS. I'll definitely watch it. But it's kind of stupid in a sense. It's like, oh, watch the Tales of the TARDIS episode to know who Sutek is. Do you think my parents are going to do that? Hell no. Hell no. They haven't even watched fucking episode 3 yet. Jeremy says, I feel like Pyramids of Mars to me is your Robots of Death, where I feel, oh, here we go. I hate Robots of Death, don't I? Where I feel like it's overrated. Sutek just sits in the chair all episode and has all of these minors with the dirty work for the most part, lol. Jog Priest says, I hope it's not Sutek because the TARDIS idea is much better, like my mother who I convinced to watch. It even had the TARDIS Fury, so I want her to be happy. I like that, I understand that. Adam says, it's challenging for me for my $2 under 5. Might be able to do it in the future. That's for appearing on a show. Sarah says, didn't you have a bet on it not being Sutek? No, my only bet this series was that if the Doctor and Rogue didn't kiss, I'd do a front flip, which they did. Because I'm that damn good at guessing. It probably won't be necessary, but it will be a way to interest more new viewers into Classic Who, but also I feel like 100% Tonight episode ends inside Memory TARDIS. Consider me excited either way. I just don't want to get my hopes up because I feel like in this day and age, can you really blow someone away like without it being spoiled? I know they snuck. I remember seeing someone getting snuck on set for the Series 1 final filming, but I don't know who it is, and I'm just super excited to see who that is. If it's Martha, we throw our fists in the air and cheer. I'll be checking. You were certain it wasn't Sutek when Aiden first suggested it. Did I? I don't remember saying that, but I don't remember what I say a lot of the time. I say stuff about Billie Eilish that isn't true. Remember that, Sarah? Jeremy says, Sutek is a villain that works way better on paper, so if he's in it, I hope Russell can do the character more justice. He's essentially an Egyptian god. There's so much potential. Well, Russell loves ideas that only work on paper. Oh, mercy. I'm trying to persuade my family to watch this episode early. We're out in the evening, so we'll miss the broadcast anyway. Do it. Do it. Do you think that Rogue will return? If so, when? I hope so, and I hope next season. But again, I feel like we would have known if Jonathan Groff was on set. But again, I hope they're doing a better job at hiding this stuff. I feel like we need more surprises. We need more shocks. It's what keeps people interested, isn't it? I feel like there's the core fan base, which we are, who will tune in regardless of what the show's like. But then it's also regular viewers who need to be persuaded. Any chance you'll check out Pyramids of Mars if it ends on a cliffhanger with him in it? Sure. If they don't confirm it to be on the Tales of the TARDIS, I probably will watch it, yeah. Just so I can catch all the references, because I love shit like that. I don't know how the hell Connor does it, and Solo 2, that's referring to the light. Well, I think the only thing I struggle with at the moment is once I get going is like trying to reply to everyone's messages. And I don't know if people want me just to like talk to the camera more and do a bit more of a show, or just to read everyone's messages. Because sometimes it can just get a little bit overwhelming. Because I don't know how long to stay on a message for. And if I spend like a minute on a message, sometimes there's like 5 to read, and it's like hard. and I don't want to leave everybody on red because I just feel like it's rude. But it's something I need to figure out. Eventually, I'm just gonna have to, like, unfortunately, not be able to reply to everybody. Robert says, honestly, I feel like the series didn't earn a final just yet. There was like one bit in the Christmas special about Ruby's origin, and the snow fell twice, and suddenly it's in the climax. I think the snow fell 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. But I definitely get what you mean. I feel like it's a lot for new viewers to, like, connect to this character that maybe you're not as connected to. It's a lot. I'm interested because, again, I'm a fan, but I can understand why people aren't as interested. I mean, the viewing figures unfortunately kind of show that, which that completely shocked me, to be completely frank, and kind of depressed me as well. It's funny that my nephew 9 doesn't know anything but 15, so he's gonna go into this with no expectation and just so good to share it with him. That's so sweet. I love that, and that's the thing. Like, if your nephew like enjoys it, he can always go back and watch more. That's the beauty of Doctor Who, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't. Okay. Robert says Devil's Call could have worked like a mid-series thing because it hinted at the big picture, but they lost it at the beginning, so it's lost. Ugh, Devil's Call. That's an episode I genuinely could go about like ever watching again. There's just something about it. It's just so flat to me. It's a B flat. It's a B sharp. Everyone type faster, says Sarah. Well, you can type faster, I just won't reply. Strongbow Dark Fruits, all the way from the UK. God bless England, who won in the cricket today, for once. We just need toys to add to his Power Rangers shelf. Oh, bless. Jeremy says, agreed, I think the shortest series, fucking hell, everything's going so quickly, has affected it a little since we didn't get a mid-series villain setup that Ross was so good at. Yeah, and not only that, Shooty's barely in. Barely, I don't know. It's semi-Doctor Light, Dot and Bubble, and he's in 73 Yards, the best episode of Doctor Who ever, in my opinion. Well, not the best, but one of the best. You know, he hasn't been. He was in that for like 2 minutes. So it's like it's really not been. It's just so weird to see a final. It's like I don't even know if I know this Doctor yet. I don't know if I know what he stands for. I swear I could have just been like a dumbass little kid, but the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, I feel like I completely understood what their Doctors stand for. But ever since like 13 and 15. I just feel like I don't know what they stand for. And I read an advanced review where it was like, we'll find out exactly what the Doctor stands for in Rogue. And it's like, what, that he's gay? I knew that shit. What are you, crazy? And I love that stuff, but it's like, is that... I don't know, it's like, was that really a surprise? I feel like this Doctor is very openly queer. But I don't know. I thought we'd get more of a I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what he stands for, which sucks because I just feel like he's so good, and I just feel like he might not be getting the right material. And I hate to say it, but I feel like Russell's letting him down a little bit, which I never thought I'd say. Tales Tarth is going to show an episode. It's totally going to be Pyramids of Mars. That's if it's Sutek. Oh, if it's Sutek, I swear to God, I'm just going to be like, oh, great. We already knew this shit. Like Dalek, Rise of Cybermen, and even Human Nature to set up the Chameleon arc. Oh, Human Nature. What a gorgeous episode. I love all 3 of those episodes, especially Dalek and Human Nature. We haven't had snow since 73 Yards, correct, Sarah? I know I've been compiling clips. Yep. Gotta go make a second breakfast. Don't talk about me. Second breakfast? What are you, from fucking Lord of the Rings? Wait, where's Rusty? Rusty? I think he's on my mum's bed. Speaking of my mum, she's coming down the stairs very loudly. Have you heard about the Unseen Unleashed episode? What do you think he'll cover? The Unseen Unleashed episode? No, I haven't. Can you give me a little bit more information on that? I'd love to know what that's about. Sarah says, how do you know there isn't a mid-series villain setup? I guess we don't. But I doubt it. Bull says, I'm seeing the final in the cinema next week, so I really hope the episode is good because I have to watch it again on the big screen. Yeah, dude, that's so sick. If that was an option here, I'd totally go. But it's not. I haven't seen an episode in the cinema of Doctor Who since Women Who Fell to Earth, and the cinema was packed. I feel like people would go. I love that though. I love that you're going. That's sick, man. That's great. Enjoy it. Yeah, I hope it is as big as Russell's saying it is. I just feel like I just so hope he doesn't shoot himself in the foot, because it's a really big claim to be like, it's bigger than Series 4. I hope, by the way, I hope I'm eating my words. I'm not trying to be one of these YouTubers who's out there trying to hate on the show and bring up my audience leaving big essays about Billie Eilish. I'm just here for love, okay? But, you know, I just hope it's good. That's all I want. I just want the show to be good. Come on, we've got the opportunity to do it. Let's do it. Doug says, the kiss itself didn't bother me, but shooting made the Doctor look more like a sexual predator rather than romantic. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Jacob, my boy, said, this season hasn't been my favourite, but it's easily the best we've had since 2017. Hoping once it's back up and run, each year gets better and better. I completely agree with that, 100%. It really is. Like, I mean, the fact that we have episodes like Boom and 73 Yards, and I don't enjoy Rogue as much as those two episodes, but I would include it in a list that I really just loved. Yeah, you know, it's great. Wait, what's that? This is certainly a take. Oh, is that something? Oh, sorry. I'm reading ahead because I'm a twat. I mean, more like a whole episode dedicated to hyping up a villain. I mean, more like how Dalek sets up how dangerous one Dalek is, and then it pays off in the final. Absolutely, that sent me as a kid. But who knows? Russell has probably set things up we haven't noticed yet. This is certainly a take. We all wanted the show to be good. Basically, Unleashed has an episode currently called Unseen, and the synopsis is very vague. Interesting to see what it is. Is that coming out tomorrow or is it next week? God, I'm glad that my mother and nephew aren't getting exposed to all the hype so they can make up their own minds. I know. I meant about Doug's Doctor's being a sexual predator. It made me laugh. Hey, do you know what I love about Doug? He's honest that he's a bit of a boomer, and that's okay. That's completely fine. And do you know what? I genuinely mean this because I actually am like, I get super pissed off when I see like transphobic shit and homophobic shit in the comment section. I've never gotten that impression from Doug. He's allowed to not like it and it not be like, you're allowed to dislike something and not be like homophobic and transphobic, like, you know. And I've never gotten that impression, Doug. Not saying that you thought that, Jeremy, or anyone's thought that. But that's what I like about Doug. He's just honest about things, and that's fine, you know. I believe it's coming out after Empire, says Mr. Scarlo. Okay, I'm keen. Delilah's on the keyboard again. Hello, Delilah. Hello from Perth, Western Australia. Sarah, oh, there you go, all the emojis. Sarah says, I generally last Sunday had to explain Susan Twist to my family. Hell no, it's never from a place of hate. Good on you, Jeremy. Sorry, I wasn't trying to say it was. This word, and sometimes it comes out of my mouth. It's live, baby. What can I do? I wish in that clip they showed Susan Twist. I know they didn't see all of them. Like, the Doctor wouldn't have known she was in Wild Yonder, and he wouldn't have known her in Church on Ruby Road. But I wish we saw clips of it just to like show that Russell has been hiding the stuff, and it could be showing audience members that he's actually quite smart. But I swear to God that they show the Susan Twist from Space Babies, and the Doctor and Ruby are facing the opposite direction. I swear. So how do they know that one? That bugged me. And I wish they showed the one from Devil's Cord. Like, they did see the one, they did meet Susan Twist in Devil's Cord. God damn it. Come on. He was there in Church and Ruby Road. Correct, Sarah. Just, Russell, you've done good. Just show us. Just show us. Hello from Darwin, NT. Pure Historical, hello, from Perth, Western Australia. Doug says, I think RTD missed an own goal with this series. Should have square, oh my god, aimed at all fans and not the general public. Definitely not homophobic or racist. Love you, Doug. I know you're not. Generally, I would block someone who is. And I never get that impression from you guys. We all just love each other. I mean, speaking of which, actually, hold on. I've been meaning to wear this. Hold on. I got these a couple of weeks ago to wear on the pod. So I'll wear them now, baby. Alright. Let me try not to prick myself. Dude, my chair is so squeaky. Alright, I'm gonna swallow it. Alright, ready? Trying to get through the shirt. Alright. This up. All that. It's hard to do it and keep in the frame. Alright. And then up here. This is what live streams are all about. Ta-da! You can barely see it actually. It says Pride. Ta-da! You can barely see it, but that's okay. It's the thought that counts, am I right, folks? Let me grab a alcoholic beverage. Never too far away from my reach. I'm not sure why I did that. It's on my bed. They didn't see her face in Devil's Core, but the Sonic was plugged into the ship when her face came on the screen in Star Beast. So I assume the Sonic downloaded the data. That's not a bad theory. Did they not look at her when she was serving the tea? Or maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. I don't want to say it's Disney making Russell draw attention to the Susan things, otherwise people won't get it, but that's kind of what it seems like. Yeah. I wonder if it's Sonic being in the computer. Quite possibly. It's a Friday, baby. Image of Empire Death ends on a cliffhanger. Ha! I kind of hope the series ends with like Ruby and the Doctor on like bad terms. Because that would explain why she's not in the Christmas special, which I believe she's not. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'd be like, if halfway through series 2 of Doctor Who, the Doctor looks at the camera and says, wow, we've seen Tortured a lot, haven't we? Yeah. What's everyone's favourite 15 outfit so far? 110% the 73 yards one. Oh, well, actually, the one from Dot and Bubble, notoriously my favourite episode, and the one that he wears in Church and Ruby Road as well. God, that look is so great, and the fact we probably will never see it again is just heartbreaking. But I love the one from 73 yards, just like the beanie and stuff and the big jacket. Oh, it's so sweet. I actually really like the upcoming costume, the leather jacket, although I hope he gets more Doctor outfits in the future. I think he'd rock a coat like 14's. Absolutely. Dude, that look in the final, man, Shooty, if I ever looked as good looking as him, boy, I wouldn't have to get new haircuts, would I? Watch the clip of the Doctor buying tea off her and their boy facing the different direction. Yeah, I get it. Alan says, give me an episode where the Doctor actually uses a screwdriver. Jackson Lake uses it in the next Doctor. Oh no, the Doctor uses a screwdriver in Wild Beyonder. He's like, sonic screwdriver and something, and Donna's like, I believe it's just called a screwdriver, and he's like, and a non-sonic, I don't know. Shooty's best outfits were either Ruby Road or Dot and Bubble. Absolutely agree. My favorite is his blue suit from Devil's Core. That is a look. We need an actual episode in the announcement one. Yeah, Sarah said Wild Beyonder too, yeah. He takes off the keyhole thing. My god. She's in the system. Susan Twist is in the system. Oh, by the way, I should say this as an update. Next week will obviously be our last preview live stream. and we'll make it a big one. We'll do some fun stuff. I'll chug some beers. You know how it goes. And I'll probably take maybe a week off. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. All my friends are at the pub now, and I'm not. Not complaining. I'm glad to be here. But it's like, yeah, it's a lot on a Friday night. And I've been doing it for like, what, 6 weeks in a row now? Yeah. Month and a half. Basically, my whole Fridays are like cooked. But, no, I did go out last week, but I did a really short stream. Anyway, regardlessly. Back to one pod a week. Yeah, but I'll do the live stream still. I know, I'm not trying to go away too much. I'm sorry. I don't know. What I don't want to do is, I don't want to, burn out a little bit, which I felt a little bit. I was doing like the clips each week, like the big, Robert said, what did I asked you not to talk about me? You kept talking. What did I miss? I said Second Breakfast. What are you from Lord of the Rings? I do plan on doing. I did those it was like the recap clips where it was like I took the hour-long reviews and condensed them into like 7-minute clips. I stopped at Dot and Bubble just because of all the fucking shit I was getting, and it was making me sad. I was telling my hairdresser today. I was like, "You won't believe it, bro. It's kind of crazy." It's cool. It's obviously a lot of work doing 3 pods a week plus a full-time job and live stream. We're lucky to get 1 pod a week, really. Well, thank you very much. Look, I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it. I think I don't make that clear enough. But it can be a lot, but I'm just so grateful for everyone tuning in. I could be talking to no one right now, but there's people who actually want to spend their nights with me. So, yeah, I think, but I do want to get drunk with my friends on a Friday night at some point. Because I finished these, and also because, not only just because of the live stream, it's because I have to be up at like 6:30, and I just get tired, and I'm like, oh, I can't go out late. If I go out with the boys, my boy Dan, if I go out like Dan, I have to finish. I have to stop drinking at like 12, otherwise I'm fucked. Joseph Thomas Greaves says, watching from Italy. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. That's awesome. That blows my mind that people watch in different countries. That people watch in different countries and make incredible music, which, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it again. I'm doing it again, people. Ready, go. Somebody had to do it. Ball is the chosen one. Someone had to do it. God, this slaps. My Empire. This is my favorite bit. Go. Yep. 50% cast. You know, for you new viewers, you probably don't know, that whole intro with me going like 50% cast is from episode, I think, 4. I think. Thanks so much for the shout, Meg. Bull, don't thank me. I want to thank you for doing that masterpiece. Thank you. I hope you know I will be showing everyone that. I posted it on my personal story, which I do get a little bit freaked out when people from the show follow me on there, but that's okay. Just remember not to DM me on my personal account. That's all I'll say. But yeah, it's just so cool. It's awesome. It's so cool. My God. Who thinks that Ruby Sunday could be generating to Monday or by generate? We'll see. Ruby Monday? Bro. If that shit gets done, I'm gonna flip. Sarah says use it next week. I don't edit the episodes, but I'll put in a good word with Aiden. I'm pretty sure he'll already do it. Yeah, I put on my personal story. I'm gonna show my family because I think it's so cool. Kind of just shows that you know, people watch my show. I feel like sometimes people are like, "What are you doing this YouTube shit for? It's a waste of time." And I'm like, "No, come on, people like it." But yeah, the intro started just. I think it's from Dalek. I just randomly was like, "Aiden, we need an intro." And this is when this is again when I thought that the show was going to be nothing. And I was like, oh, let's just do 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50% per pod, car, cast. No, I don't know. I think I said it. I think I did it in the Aliens of London World War III review, and by Dalek, he had made it into the theme tune that you guys know and love now, which is cool. By the way, we turned 4 last week. I was going to do a live stream, but I wasn't well. I'm sorry, I should have updated you, but... Dude, fellow South Aussie, I didn't know any South Australian Who fans. Yeah, we're everywhere, baby. WA, SA, that's South Australia, not sexual assault. I should clarify. What do you think the cliffhanger will be? I don't know. Cliffhanger's 100% shooting million males stuck in the memory tiles from Tales of the TARDIS. Stuck why though? Why are they stuck? I need to figure out which edit to put out tonight. Do we think Ruby's parents or the TARDIS will be answered tonight or next week? Need to decide between them. I do the TARDIS. I think that's almost confirmed to get answered. Sarah, can you link your channel again, says Robert. Yes, please, link your channel, Sarah. As you do that, I'm going to go to the toilet. Bye, everybody. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Alright, that was record timing if you ask me. Let's see what awful things my audience has said about me. Haha, the music, yeah. I got it prepared. I love how he did before anyone can comment. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? Screw you all. It's funny, the music I used last time got the episode copyright strike. Which again, I don't care about it. Like, it's not a money thing. It's just like, it disgusts me that I typed in like royalty-free music. It disgusts me that I can do like an hour and a half live stream and I use a bit of music for 2 minutes, probably less, and someone can claim the whole episode. So all the money that gets made from the episode goes to them. It's disgusting, and I hate it. And I distributed it, but I couldn't get it. It's so bad, so bad. Don't worry, I'll see the chaos when he returns. Is that a jazz flute? Is that Aiden playing behind the laptop? No, Aiden's not here. He's busy doing his thing. I was going to join Doctor Who Club, but as Grochuo said, I wouldn't join a club that would have me as a member. Plus, I'm antisocial. That's fair enough. Been to the toilet too, so we're just 2 dudes peeing on different sides of the planet. That's awesome. I kind of like that. He asked Aiden to play it. Oh my god. If you were to rank all of R2D2, how would you do it? How would it go? Do you think we'll get a live 50% pod? Yes. Yes. I very much hope so. I would love to do a live show in front of a live audience, but we'll get there one day, I assume. If you were to rank of R2D2, how would it go? Fuck, from on top of my head, I'd probably go Star Beast. No, sorry. I'd probably go Dot and Bubble, Star Beast, Devil's Cord, Space Babies, Rogue. No, sorry. Giggle. No. Church and Ruby Road, and then Rogue, and then Giggle, and then oh god, Boom, then Wobbly Yonder, and then 73 yards. Fuck, did I do it right? I forgot Church and Ruby Road, and that really threw me into a mixer. I just did it on the top of my head. Could we do a live call into the pod? Maybe set up who's going to call in beforehand just in case? Sure, I'd love that. I really need to sort my shit out. I went from moving all my shit in my room to then getting told that I'm not moving rooms, to then getting told we're probably moving house. And look, I'm a 25-year-old guy who lives with his parents. I don't want to be doing it, but I'm single and I can't afford to move out. I don't have that many friends, and I wouldn't want to move in with my friends because I feel like it would ruin our friendship. I also don't want to move with weird, strange people that I don't know, because they're going to be outside talking, and I'm going to be in here doing my Doctor Who podcast talking about Russell T Davies and Sutek, and I just don't like that. It doesn't make me feel comfortable. So yes, I think I'd be living with my parents at this time of my life? No, but I don't think I could live with myself either, because there's a credit crunch on, and I want to go on holiday this year. So I am still living with my parents, and I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just saying that it's just the way we live in at the moment. Jeremy says, bro, I moved out when I was 18 and I wasted so much money on rent when my parents were totally fine with me staying. Yeah, I kind of this is probably a bit too personal, but oh well. I was planning on moving out with my ex-girlfriend, but then, that all went south, so. Doug says, maybe a live show where Crispy 50 and Snares come to Adelaide. I would pay to see that failing that You pay to see that failing that I buy around for you guys? Failing? A failure of a podcast? How dare you, Doug? You know what? That kind of sounds like a good idea. I don't know if we did a meet up. I wonder if we did a meet up in Adelaide, if people would come. If I'd have to ask everybody again, I'd be down, but if someone says no, I won't do it, because I gotta respect that. But I would do a meet up, most probably at a pub, just so we can get a few beers down us. But I would like to do a live show or something in front of an audience. Too broke to move out. Yep, same. I got a good job, I suppose, but I also want to I've never been able to save money well, and I just want to save money so I can look forward to the future. And I have to pay for that trip to Adelaide, by the way. Jacob says, I'd fly to Oz for a live show, but I'd need some beers afterwards. Bro, beers before, during, and after. Down to meet the best Oz YouTubers, says Jeremy. Yeah, but obviously, we'd have to hire, a place. And look, it wouldn't be like a profit thing. I'm just saying, if it would cost money. That would be kind of funny. I don't know. Look, I'm not going to promise anything. I'm down for it, but there's also 3 other people that, might not be down for it, and that's fine. I didn't say you fail. I meant if you did a live show, I would shout you guys some beer. Well, fucking let's go. I know, Doug. I was only joking around. I was kidding around. We're thinking of going to Supernova in Perth. And I'd probably just do what I did last year and was if anyone wants to meet up and say hi. Oh my god, have I ever told the story on the podcast before about the guy who came up to Crispy? This was so fucking funny. So, we were outside to confirm. When we went to Supernova to interview Michelle Gomez, we didn't know if we were going to get the interview or not. They never told us. This not Michelle's fault. I'm not blaming Michelle. It's just that, understandably, she is busy doing, like, she did a panel and then she did a sign and then she did photos. So we didn't know. Is this the guy ghosted you to talk to Crispy? Yeah, it is. We didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I was having a panic attack because I've never like interviewed someone famous before, and I was also super sick, and so was Aiden. I probably shouldn't have said that actually, because I know people get funny about interviewing people when you're sick. Oh well, it was last year. Sorry, it was too good of an opportunity not to do. Okay, I know it's bad to say. I shouldn't have done it when I was sick. I kept my distance. Okay. She even said, like, I'm sorry, we're not doing hugs, any of the things. I was like, that's fine. I wasn't going to hug her anyway. Regardless, we didn't know what was going on. I was having a panic attack. I was sick. I'm with Crispy Pro, which is insane because I never thought that was going to happen. And some guy came up to us and was like, bless him, he was like, hey, Crispy, can I get a photo of you? And he was like, of course, Crispy's the sweetest guy on earth, even off camera. He is so lovely. It's not a facade, it's true, okay? He's so lovely. And I said to the guy, like, hey, I'll take the photo for you. So I took his phone, I took some pictures of him and Crispy. And and then by the way, people have said, like, yeah, bullshit, you weren't joking. I was joking. Put the link, but I think it's blocked, so here's the channel. Oh, Gallifrey Ravenclaw, let's go. I jokingly said to the guy, like, do you want a photo with Aiden and I next? As a joke, okay? And he laughed and he took the photo and was like, yeah, I know who you guys are. And then he just walked off. It was a joke. I was kidding around. God. It was just so funny. It was the guy from the Deep Breath screening. Now that's a blast from the past. Fuck. He's out there somewhere. If you guys don't know, me and Aiden went to go see Deep Breath at the cinema. And I remember it was at a time where we were just kind of like growing up and we were sort of becoming distant from each other. We had that quite a few times in our lives. But we were going to the Deep Breath screening together. And I was very excited just to have some one-on-one time with him because I really care about the one-on-one time with my friends. And we were the first people in line, and this guy came and sat behind us. He was by himself, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But he got talking to us, and he seemed like a cool guy. But I remember he made a comment like, "Oh, I haven't actually seen Time of the Doctor yet." And even Aiden and I, trying to be polite, couldn't like hide our confusion. Because we were just like, why are you here? It's like, oh, I've seen the regeneration scene, and it's like, okay, whatever, sure, but it's just a kind of weird thing to. It's like you weren't that interested in watching the regeneration episode, but you're gonna go pay $20 to go see it at the cinema. I don't know. It just seemed a bit weird to me. I remember the guy went to go to the toilet. And he was like, I'll keep my spot on the line. And I was like, yeah, of course. And then when he walked away, I was like, man, we got to lose this guy. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. It was just like, it just wasn't the vibe. It just wasn't the vibe. Just being honest, it just wasn't the vibe. And then Abe was like, well, how? And I was like, look, I highly doubt he's going to walk in and sit next to us. But if he does, we'll just deal with it. So anyway, it comes to the doors opening and we go to sit down and we walk up the stairs to go get our seats and he's still following us and talking and we go down the aisle to go get our seats and he's still with us and we sit down and he sits down next to me. Okay. Aiden wouldn't say anything. I had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. I had to do it. I looked him in the eyes. And by the way, I saw the soul leave his eyes when I said this. I looked him in the eyes and I said, I'm sorry. I barely get any time with my best friend. I really just want to do this with just him and I. And I'll never forget the look of like heartbreak. It was soul crushing, and I just sat there for the rest of that screening, just feeling so fucking terrible. And I remember there was this feeling like leaving the theater. I almost felt like I was like rushing so quickly, and it was a packed theater, so I was rushing quickly to get out because I didn't want to run into him. First thing I did when I walked down the stairs was bump into him straight, looked him straight in the face, and I just went and left. So cringe. Someone had to do it. And you know what sucks? I know he probably was just like a bit socially awkward and was trying to make friends. To clarify, I was like, what? Dude was probably trying to make new friends as well, says Jeremy. Yeah, I know. I literally just said that as well. It's so funny. Everyone's thinking that. I bet you can never watch Deep Breath now without thinking about that guy. Literally, I think, dude, I was like 13 or something. I wasn't, no, I was a bit older than that. Probably like 14, 15. But still, I'm sorry. I, I was so self-conscious in high school about my friends who I was so lucky. I grew up with very good people. I'm still very close to a lot of them now. I mean, I do a podcast with one of them, but I would always get so nervous that my friends just didn't like me. And it wasn't the case. I mean, we're all growing up and going through puberty and going through different stages in our lives. And if we may have seemed distant, but we still loved each other. Um, and it made me do strange shit like that. I did a lot of other weird shit as well when I was a kid. Good Jesus. Doug says, I would be nervous being a famous person in case they were a dip. Back in the 1970s, I was drinking in a pub right next to Billy Connolly, but didn't want to bother him. I wish I had. Yeah, you never know. I've only had a couple of random celeb meetings. Uh, I met John Bernthal. Well, I didn't meet him. I was too scared to meet. I was too scared to go up to him. But he was being rushed off by security to go film. But they were filming a scene of Punisher series one in a hotel room I was staying in New York. And when I watched that series, it's literally like the hotel that I was staying in. It's kind of nuts. I remember it's just so I wouldn't do this now. I remember like no one stopped us from going onto the set because it was just a hotel. So like someone at the hotel, they shouldn't have told us, but like it's on number 7. I guess the guy who was supposed to be manning the elevators to make sure normal people didn't walk in because the cast and crew were coming up. But me and my dad just walked in on the set and walked around the corner, and the director yelled at us and told us to get out of there, and we did. And I remember I had my big vlogging camera with me because I was vlogging back in the day for my old YouTube channel. Um, and that's a joke, right, Jess? um, I was just walking around my vlogging camera, and he like basically he said, "Are you filming?" And I said, "No." I understand why he would have thought that, but he made me go on my camera and show him that I wasn't recording. It's a hotel layout though. It was like it would have been the same on every level. There was no like cast around, but either way, I did see John Bernthal. Yeah, are we talking about the 13th Doctor right now, man, with the anxiety shit? Yeah, it's so funny. Henry Fain says, yeah, that was me, my social anxiety. Had to recover since that day. Sorry, Henry. I hope you can forgive me. Oh, Doug, speaking of that, don't say Connor, but I'm curious who the Doctor Who star Josh Nesbitt who was really rude. I know. I know who it was. Don't say Connor. Funny. I know who it was. I'm not going to say. No matter how much you ask, I'm not going to say. Because that's not my information to give. I probably shouldn't have even said it. Because now you guys are going to ask, did it shock you? I'm not going to say. I shouldn't have said that because now I was going to be like, yo, who was it? I can't say. I don't want to get in trouble. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. I'm sorry, I can't say it. I shouldn't have said I know. You know, I had to ask. I asked the first time I met them in 2023 in January. Sorry for bringing up. No, don't be silly. No, that's all good. Don't be silly. Don't ever be sorry. Interrogate him, says Sarah. Never. My nephew's outside. Who was it? Initials only. CH, Connor Hannum. Say who it wasn't. Connor Hannum. My chair is so squeaky. I hate how squeaky it is. I need a good setup. But it costs money. And I need to go to Adelaide and Margaret River on holiday. Say who it wasn't. Aidan Green. Aidan Green and Connor Hannum. Alright, we've been going for a while now. If you could meet one classic Doctor actor, who would it be? Tom Baker. 110%. We've been going for about an hour and 10 minutes now, folks. And that's my nephew screaming in the background, not someone else. Is watching Deep Breath without watching Time of the Doctor the same as seeing Empire without watching Period of Mars? I hope not. The stream can never end. Well, if you want to go to the 50% part, you can ask me anything. I'm going to ask my mum to stop talking so loudly outside. How old is he now? Oh, George, he's 2. 2. The terrible tooths. Are they building a fucking birdhouse out there? Are they dog? This is the 50% part of the 50% Doctor Who podcast live stream, where you guys can ask me anything except who Josh Nez was talking about that time. Alright, I'm gonna have, you have till I finish this cider. And then, I am out of here. I've heard Jenna Coleman is a nasty piece of work. Was it her? I'm not going to say who it was. Drink slowly. Okay. I'm not going to say who it was. But I have heard Jenna Coleman is like kind of shitty around fans. Any new merch pickups lately, Teddy Fresh or otherwise? I haven't gotten anything. What's your favorite Copperberg? Ooh, good question. I haven't had Copperberg for a while. How's that background music? Is it nice or is it too loud? I'm guessing you're a Doctor Who fan, Jenna Coleman. Yeah, it's so funny. God, I need to lose some weight. I hate how like chubby I am. Any new merch pickups? No. I'm a bit boring lately. I haven't got anything new. No vinyls or anything. I don't care. I'm still a simp for Jenna. I 100% simp Jenna. 100%. 100%. Was Josh okay, or did they find it funny? I ain't answering shit. What's it like being a Nepo baby? Well, fuck you. No. Any good games you played recently? No, I don't really play games actually. I used to play FIFA a lot, but I got very competitive. I doubt there's any of the doctors, even Exon wasn't mad when we all escorted him on that train. I coasted him on that train? What the fuck was that about? Any plans for 50% podcast for the time when new episodes aren't out? Yeah, we'll continue series 2 again. And we'll also do Sarah Jane. And we have a series of Torchwood to do. We'll have guests on. I have a ton of guests I want to get on. I messaged Chloe, who's really big on Doctor Who Twitter. I messaged her last year and said, do you want to come on? And she said yes. And I said something like, we'll get you on after the 60th. And I haven't messaged her since. And I really want to get her on because I think she's great. I'd love to get the Confused Adipose on, Mr. TARDIS. Joseph Milson was supposed to come on, and then I was talking to Joseph Milson in the DMs, and I'm not blaming him, but he did leave me on red. But that's okay. He's just waiting for the perfect reply. Nah, he's busy. He's making films. He's like a working class actor. Like, he just did his short film, and also he's now in another film. He's busy. I totally get it. Do some books. I pre-ordered 2 new shitty books. Yeah, I read the Wars of Mars one. Booth, I think Where the Planet is next for series 2. No matter how bad the final is, it will be Shakespeare compared to that. I've heard good things about it. What are you talking about? We were on a train from Comic Con where he'd been. Oh, no way. And we were on the same train, so we all got free pictures on the train. Oh, wow. That's nice of him. You can't say who's coming on next or they'll be cancelled. What's this, the H3 podcast? Yeah, what is your next thing to retrospectively review? Retrospectively? I mean, like, I don't know, we'll just be doing series 2. It might get very boring. Everyone might stop watching. It's been so nice to have New Who. Everyone might stop watching. And that's okay. I'm quite forgettable. Do you ever say to women, you might not know this, but I'm a big deal on YouTube? Joking. I'm not a big deal on YouTube. No, I mean, I mention it. I've started mentioning it less, just because I feel like I was talking about it too much, and to me it's a big deal. But I feel like to a lot of people it's just nothing, and no one really cares. I went on a date in Feb, and I hadn't told her I was a YouTuber, and I kind of like hinted towards being like kind of artistic, and she was like, "So what is it you do?" And I was like, "Well, I do a Doctor Who podcast," and needless to say, we didn't have another date. Oh, funny. Sarah says we all spotted him on the platform, but left him alone there, but he got on the seat next to him, was pretty empty as there were people constantly using it to get a photo of him. Yeah, it must be hard. As much as it is fun to probably get noticed. Surprisingly, I got noticed more when I was a vlogger by people around my suburb, because for some reason, this like group of kids, like 30 of them, sort of knew who I was. So I'd be walking down the street and some kids would scooter past and be like, "Hey Connor," and it used to freak me out so much. I was like, "How do you know me?" Sarah says we all spotted him on the platform. I've already read that. Jeremy says maybe follow up with Miracle Day. That'll probably get views. Yeah, I just don't really want to watch it again. I mean, I'm gonna have to, but God, I remember I watched Tortured Series 2 in like 4 days. No, Series 1. Series 1, I watched it in like 4 days. It was a fucking nightmare. God, I hope this music doesn't give me copyright strike. Can you hear it in the background? Does it sound good? Try to pick up line at the wedding you're going to. I would, but I feel like people would be like, that would be like using my platform as like, it'd be like a higher, I'm not saying I am higher upper, but you know what I mean? It'd be like someone who is trying to use, love the tunes, Ruby, love the tunes. Aiden just tuned in a part where I was like, trying very hard not to cancel myself by saying something bad. No, what I'm trying to say is, love the glove, Ruby. No, what I was trying to say is that I feel like you can't say like, "Oh, I'm big on YouTube," to try and get women to like you, because I feel like it's a little bit cringe. I love people joke that sort of thing would turn girls off, but if I met a guy and he says he was a Doctor Who YouTuber, the second date is on. Needless to say, she did not get a second date with me. He was on his way back from Comic-Con and used public transport, so he expected it. And then he went to a guy on the platform dressed in a Jodie outfit saying, "Is that who I think it is?" A guy dressed in a Jodie costume? That's sick. I love when people do that stuff. I think the Doctor's costume should be like unisex. Aiden knew something was up and swooped in. I'm sorry. I'm trying. My producey senses were tingling. When I told my current partners in Doctor Who, it was almost a deal breaker. Luckily, Pity worked. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. I don't mean to be coarse, but you know, I'm not going to finish that sentence. I generally made my friends at college by going up to the girl wearing a TARDIS jump on the first day. Well, that's how Aiden and I got talking. We went to the same school in the same year, but he overheard me saying, "This is my dinosaurs on a spaceship t-shirt," because I was wearing a stripy t-shirt that kind of resembled what Amy was wearing in the episode, except she was wearing blue and white and mine was blue and yellow, I think. I've still got it. Let me see if I can find it. This is good content. I couldn't throw such a iconic jumper away. Let me find it. If this takes too long, I'm giving up. My God, where is it? Ah. I don't think I can find it. I've got a lot of cool shirts that just don't fit me anymore. I can't find it. It's in here somewhere, but nah. I can't find it, folks. But it's in there. The 50% bedroom stream. Would love to see Chloe on this podcast. Yeah, I mean, she said she wanted to come on. Put some posters in the background. No. I got a whole wall of Polaroids here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my room. I'm 25. I'm single. Who am I trying to impress but myself? My wife is very accepting of my Doctor Who obsession. She even wants to stay out late with me tonight to watch it. You'll find someone to hold tight. That's so sweet. Thank you. I saw a story online of a guy whose wife was constantly complaining how much space his card collection took up in the house. After she passed away, he realized some of those folders weren't his. Aww, that's so sweet. Will you get the 15th Doctor books? Probably not. Sorry, folks. Probably not. Just because I'm a bit of a twat. And that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. And that's just the way it is. Alright, I might wrap this up. I feel like I'm just singing and talking shit. I hate when I wash my hair and it makes it look all fuzzy. It's like it almost needs more gel in it or something. I don't know. I'll outsource this stuff for tomorrow. I got them. The season is too short, so hopefully books will fill the empty weekends. Someone's knocking on my door. Who could it be? Have you read any... That's the front door, not my bedroom door. Have you read any Who books? If so, I used to read the Choose Your Adventure ones as a kid, and I've read the must be my father. I've read the Wars of Mars Target novel because that's definitely top 3 episodes of all time for me. My partner got me into 21 Pilots, and I got her into Doctor Who. Always nice to pick new interests from relationships. Let me sing some 21 Pilots for you. Ready? But now I'm stressed out. I wish I found some better. I wish I had a better voice and sing some better words. I wish I had a better voice and sing some. I wish I found some chords in the order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I thought when I got older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. 21 Pilots, baby. Looking forward to the review tomorrow. Thank you. I'm looking forward to the episode. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint. I highly recommend Day of the Dots novelization. Moffat did a stellar job there. Yeah, Moffat wrote that. I would be keen to read that. And it adds more to the story I've heard, which is cool, because I really like that story a lot. Oh man, sucks. We're going to have to wait another 6 months for more Who. Yeah, well. What's it, 6 months for one episode? And then it probably won't be till Easter next year we get the new series. I've got the Wars of Mars novelization, haven't read it yet, but heard good things about it. I can resume my new Who watch. I got halfway through Series A about a year ago and never finished it. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till I get a partner to rewatch Doctor Who, I think. I watch the odd episodes here and there. For example, I watched 73 Yards about 1,000 times. God, I love that episode so much. Did you finish the Wars of Mars book? Yeah, I did, yeah. It's probably the first book I've read in years. Did you ever realise that earlier drafts of the Doctor where it had different people? Well, yeah, John Hurt was eventually it was supposed to be the Ninth Doctor, wasn't it? It was meant to be Eccleston, which would have been so good. God, I'm just, do you know some days you just look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I'm not vibing with myself. I feel like that's what it's like today. I realised a few episodes I've never seen twice. Yeah, that was me with like the majority of Jodie's era. Everything else I've seen a lot. But Jodie's era, I would love to show a partner like all of Doctor Who. I know my best friend Dan showed his girlfriend all of Doctor Who, but also he did it in the canon order with all the spin-offs. Which was crazy, but he did that, which is awesome. The first draft, Clara was the only one in it. Yeah, I think because Jenna Coleman was the only one signed on. That would have been nuts. It's 8 o'clock here. I'm probably going to go. If you want to send me your last minute fire questions, I'll answer them. Jodie's era didn't vibe me. Saw some episodes twice, but maybe 3 or 4. There are some good ones in there, but not a lot for me. The worst part of rewatching Who with a partner is knowing when all the cringe is coming up and having to act like the show slaps. Well, that's me showing my family Doctor Who. I do want to show them the rest of the series. I might wait for it all to come out and see how the final is. We might skip Dot and Bubble. Who knows? I ain't a magician. The Magician's Apprentice. Would Aiden ever want to do a review of series 5 to 7 of Torchwood? 5 to 7? Is that referring to the books or the audio dramas? Orphan 55 by choice, Nikola Tesla just because it's the next one and I what? Are you saying you like Orphan 55? By choice? Wow. Nikola Tesla just because it's one of the first I watched. Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror is a great episode and I watched Fugitive far too many times. Fugitive is good. Sea Devils, shit. Power of the Doctor just because it started this rewatch. Power of the Doctor is a fun episode. My wife tolerates me watching Doctor Who. I tried to get her to watch Shooty, but she still has no interest. Don't pin all your hopes on having the same interest. Yeah. This has become a dating advice thing. Is everyone taken, or is it just me? Yeah, a lot of Monsters and Fears coming up. Let's go. I love those episodes, okay? Was waiting to get there, says Sarah. That's Big Finish there, Mr. Scarlo. Yeah, thought so. My wife hated Jodie's era more than me. She dropped really quickly. She came back for Power of the Doctor. Those are the ones I've only seen once. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. All right, guys, I'll leave you to it. It's 8 o'clock here in Perth, Western Australia, and I gotta go to bed. Well, not really. I eat dinner, watch a bit of Seinfeld, and go to bed. I got a wedding tomorrow. I gotta watch Docky Who. We've just hit midnight here. Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. I love doing these. And next week will be the biggest one. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do what I did. I'm gonna do what I did for Wild Blue Yonder. Bring down on next week. I'm gonna try to, but I don't know if he's free. We'll see. We'll see. I would love to bring down on. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna next week, and I'm only gonna do this once every blue moon because I know it might seem a little bit cheap. I'm sure people think it's a very bad idea, and it might just seem a bit scummy. But every super chat next week, regardless of how little, I'll finish my drink. We did that on Wild Blue Yonder, and it was so fun. So even if it's a fucking $1, I'll finish my drink. Okay? Alright. I love you. Hopefully you love me. We are all one big family. And until the next time, my name's Connor Hannum. Shots, maybe. It has to be an interesting... We'll have to get Rami back in. I haven't seen Rami for a while. But Rami was good on the donations for shots. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. No, tomorrow, but next week for the live stream. I love you guys. Thank you for making my dream come true, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Wish me luck with my new hair. I love you guys. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you. Peace and love. Peace and love.